Hello everyone, what's up? In this video I'm gonna show you a lot of bugs. You're gonna see Invisible Mordekaiser Alt, Invisible Mordekaiser W, you're gonna see Invisible Sion passive, Invisible Kog'Maw passive, Invisible Karthus passive, glitched Sion passive, glitched Sion model, etc. A lot of bugs in one video, so stay tuned. But before I go to the main part of the video, I wanted to tell you guys about my second channel that some of you may already know about. It's called Vandiril, and basically I make more videos there and trying to do crazy shit and trying to find more bugs, but just in different games. I'm not restricting myself there, so if you like seeing bugs or like seeing me breaking the game like I do here, then definitely go check out my second channel. I would be super grateful for every viewer and every new subscriber. The link to my second channel is in the annotation and in the description. I've been playing other games for a few years, and it's a shame to lose a lot of funny bugs or other replays just because I don't make videos of them. So that's why I made the second channel and hope you're gonna like it. So let's finally go to the video. So we're gonna start with the Invisible Sion passive. To recreate this bug, all you need is basically you need the Pulsifier Ezreal and then you need the Sion. So all you need to do, Pulsifier Ezreal has to get a kill on Sion, and then the Sion's passive will be invisible. It will be invisible on all skins, but you will still see some particles, but there will be no health bar, and there will be no easy way for you to attack this Sion passive. So that's a pretty big bug, and as you can see right now, we did that with more people. So we had 5 people standing around and just Sion smacking them while he's invisible. I mean, you can theoretically see he's there, but you cannot even see his health bar, you cannot attack him easily. There is one way to attack him, and as you can probably imagine, the way you can actually attack invisible unit that doesn't have a health bar and you cannot click on it is by using the attack move. So in this clip you can actually see what I'm talking about, the attack move. So Sion is actually gonna die to Ezreal. He's attacking me, but I am also attacking him by using the attack move that you can use. So that's pretty much the only way you can target that champion, or if you have some skill shots that can actually land on him. So here, one more clip of that. You can see Jhin actually hit him with his W, as I told you a second ago. So you can use your skill shots and you can also use attack move. There aren't really other ways that you can damage the Sion in this case. So I think that's a pretty funny bug. And further into the video, you're gonna see a lot more weird bugs with Sion and the Sion passive, so I definitely recommend you guys sticking in for that. So let's go to the next bug already, which is Invisible Karthus and Kog'Maw passive. As you can imagine, since it worked on the Sion passive, you can also get the Invisible Karthus in passive and Invisible Kog'Maw, as you can see. Basically the same rule, you have to play Pulsifier Ezreal and you have to get a kill credit on either Kog'Maw or the Karthus. As you saw a second ago, Karthus passive was pretty much invisible. I mean, you can see his E if he has his E leveled, so most likely you're gonna see, but you don't really see the Karthus clone in there. So this time trying the Kog'Maw, as you can see I'm about to kill the Kog'Maw, and he's basically, you can see this slimy thing moving around, but you cannot really see him, so it can be pretty deceiving to if that ever happens to you. And this is the final clip of the Kog and Karthus bug. So I'm actually gonna kill those two at once. And as you can see, you cannot really see any of those. I mean, you can easily get where the Karthus is, but it's a bit harder to guess where Kog'Maw is. But you can still probably get it. It's not like those units are completely invisible, but it may be pretty deceiving. So in this case, I'm gonna show you how you can actually get a Sion without his axe. What I mean is, you're gonna see in a second. So what you need to do is, when Sion is about to die, you have to bind him as Kalista, and once he actually revives, you can see he's actually stuck in his T-pose for a second at this moment, and then in a second you're gonna see him coming out of base. Here it is, he doesn't have the axe, but he's still attacking like he has one, so it's a pretty weird visual glitch. So he still has his axe, but he doesn't have his axe. I know that sounds confusing, but that's basically how it is. So in the next clip, which comes right now, you can also see him using his abilities, and Q is pretty much the most interesting ability in here, as you can see him swinging that. And yeah, you can constantly see him attacking with axe that he doesn't have. So pretty much he lost his axe by being killed during the Kalista bind. So rather unlikely to ever happen in game, but hey, a bug is a bug, so that's why I'm here and I'm showing you that. So let's go to the next bug, which is the Sion model glitch. So, have you wondered what's gonna happen if you bind the Sion, but also Ezreal, the Pulsifier Ezreal kills him? Well, you're gonna get an answer to that in a second. So, here's what happens. As you can see, Sion actually lost a bit of his color, he lost a bit of particles, and his pedestal is actually randomly popping out. So that should never happen, but it's basically a cause of him dying during the Kalista bind to the Pulsifier Ezreal. So you can see his model is slightly glitched, but the best glitch for Sion is about to happen in a second. So right now we are about to see the real Sion model glitch that's gonna be pretty big. So as you can see, his pedestal is still glitched, but you can see the Sion ult that's almost normal. You can see the pedestal glitching a bit, but that's it. And as he finishes his ult, you can see those weird blinks on the screen, and this is what happens to the Sion. He's either invisible or his model is completely glitched. And as I said again, it's because of him dying to the Pulsifier Ezreal during the Kalista bind and then ulting. So it's a bunch of things that you have to do in order to recreate this bug, but when you do, oh boy, it looks pretty funny. It looks like a, I don't know, like a structure from Star Wars or something. And yeah, that's how he looks like. The problem is that he can be invisible, but what's good for enemies is that you can actually see his health bar. Maybe targeting him won't be that easy, but at least you can see where he is, even if you don't see where he is. So it is also pretty deceiving. But what you have to remember about those bugs is that bug will happen if it happens in your vision. So imagine this bug, imagine the Sion ulted out of my vision, then I wouldn't see this bug. So he would still be in his little glitched form that we had earlier, but he will be visible somewhat normally to me. So if you don't see this bug happening on your screen, you will see it normally. Also, if you reconnect, that bug is gonna get fixed. If you try to see this bug in spectator mode, you won't see it because there is no bug there. So it's only gonna happen when you are in game. So this is pretty much very similar to the Mordekaiser W bug that you're gonna see in a moment, probably in a few minutes. So still you can enjoy a little bit more of glitched Sion. I don't think you're gonna see a lot of Sion in this form, but I must say it's pretty funny to see him in this form. So before we proceed further, let me actually show you a really hilarious glitch with his passive. So when Sion actually dies in this form, his passive looks hilarious. So you're gonna see it right now. So watch how the Sion passive looks like. I swear to God, it's like taken out of the different game. It looks really funny to me. I must say I haven't seen him in this form before, but I've actually seen some model glitches of Sion before, so that doesn't really surprise me. That Sion passive tends to have some visual glitches. So in this clip I'm actually using my Kalista ult on Sion, and what you're gonna see is that this actually has fixed the bug. So dying doesn't fix the bug, but if you use something like Kalista ult, Sion will be back to his first form, and this is how he actually should look like. So let's proceed to the next bug. So actually not really a bug, but the continuation, so more interaction basically. So we're gonna use a Bard ult on an invisible Sion passive. Actually there's a bug here, so you're gonna see it in a second. After the stopwatch or the Bard ult, Sion can actually use his summoner spells. Also, if you fling him in his passive form, you can also use flash, which is worth noting. So for example, when Bard ults Sion's passive, or when he uses the stopwatch, he will actually be able to use his summoner spells after. That's pretty weird to see that Sion is trying to teleport or he's flashing, but that is actually the case, and this is pretty much a separate bug, I would say. Okay, so since I clarified that, let's proceed to another thing, which is using the Kalista ult on the Sion's passive. So as you can guess, it's actually gonna fix Sion passive. We also tried to use the Tankent W on the Sion, but Tankent was basically unable to use W on Sion. Even if you clicked on portrait, it didn't work, so there is no way for you to devour the Sion that's invisible. So right now we're proceeding to yet another bug that is possible with Pulsifier Ezreal. So if you Mordekaiser ult an enemy, but then Pulsifier Ezreal gets the kill credit on that, you will get an invisible ghost. Right now you can see invisible passive, and now you can see I'm actually having an invisible ghost. You can see him attacking the Scuttler right now, and in a moment he's gonna chase the Kalista. So yes, this way you can actually get an invisible ghost, and it can be any other champion. In the next clip that I can actually show you right now, you're gonna see the invisible Kalista ghost. So yeah, right now you can see the invisible Kalista chopping the Scuttler and just running around. Basically this is the way you can get the invisible ghost, and I think it's actually fairly hard to see that ghost, so this may be a bigger bug, but hey, it's unlikely to have Pulsifier Ezreal in game already, and who knows, maybe it was fixed already, so you shouldn't really worry too much. But I just wanted to show you this bug. So one more time we're gonna show you the funny Sion passive glitch. So here it is. You can see basically Sion passive becomes a platform, and I actually have the Sion passive at the same time. So you can have the Sion ghost, and then you can have the Sion passive as well. So basically those Sions can fight each other, in case you didn't know before. So we are proceeding to the next bug, which is actually a bit different. So this is Invisible Mordekaiser W that Nerlin told me about. As you probably know, he is the famous Mordekaiser bug guy. So basically what happens in this case is that when you use your W and then you activate your Proto Bolt, your W will be invisible for the rest of the game. Yes, it's gonna be invisible for the rest of the game, but as I said a moment earlier, if you reconnect, or if an enemy reconnects, or whoever, that person will have this bug fixed, so it will see the W normally. But if you don't do that, you will be stuck in this form. So you can see, I'm about to get the blue buff, I'm using my W, and you cannot see that. And there is no way for you to see it. You can actually you can see it on the bar once you cast it. Hold on a second. You can see it has the status effect, so if you pay attention there, you can see that your W is actually here, but otherwise it may be pretty confusing for you. This bug is actually probably the most problematic of all the bugs in this video, and that is because you only need the Mordekaiser as himself, and you need to have Proto Bolt, which isn't like a very weird item for Mordekaiser. So this way you can get invisible Ws, but they can be damaging to you, they can be damaging to enemies, so you're not gonna be sure who you're gonna hurt. But if you have your ally and you actually cast a W on him, the ally meaning the champion, you will actually be able to see the Ari if you have that. So if you have the Summon Ari keystone, which is pretty popular on Mordekaisers, and if you cast your W on your ally, then at least you will be able to see it this way. But you still won't be able to see the Mordekaiser W particles, and I think this should be fixed, as it's pretty easy to recreate. So thank you guys a lot for watching. This video is pretty long, but I wanted to show you all the weird bugs that we found out with Pulsifier Ezreal, with Mordekaiser. Who would have thought Mordekaiser would have more bugs, right? But yeah, either way, thank you guys a lot for watching. If you want, check out my second channel, I'm linking it right here as well. So yeah, thank you a lot for watching guys, take care and have a great day.